Hello everyone and welcome to No BS Live TV. I'm Mara Glazer, and on today's episode we're going to look at 3 reasons why you should use QR codes to engage your customers and prospects, and after that we'll have Bill Glazer answer a question for the Ask Bill segment. So quick response codes, also more properly known as QR codes, are graphics that contain information such as a URL, email address, phone number, etc. So basically what you do, and we'll put something on the screen right now, is you use an app on your cell phone to read the QR code and get that piece of information off the QR code. It's easy and quick to use. All you do is point, scan, and then receive the message. The links and the codes are also trackable as well, which is important for us marketers. So there's 3 ways that you can use QR codes to enhance your relationship with your customers and your prospects. One way that we like to use QR codes is by putting them on our paper sales letters. That way, your customer or your prospect reading the sales letter can take their smartphone, scan in the code, and it'll lead them to an online sales site or video. Another thing you can do is put QR codes into your newsletters that you send out to your paying customers to enhance their experience and give them more information. The third way we've seen QR codes used that we think is pretty cool is by putting them on your business cards. That way, the person that you give your business card to can scan the QR code from the business card into their phone, and now all your contact information is in their phone. So it's pretty neat. So that's kind of like the basics of QR codes and the 3 ways that we think are the best to use them. And now it's time for you to use QR codes in your business. So now it's time for Ask Bill, and I'm going to hand it over to my dad, Bill Glazer, and he'll be answering one of our viewers' questions.
Thanks, Mara. Now it's time for Ask Bill, that's me. And this week's Ask Bill question comes from Tim Snyder in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And Tim says, of all the media that's out there, if you had to pick one media that's universally could be used, which one do you think is the best media for just about any business to use? So Tim, I don't know if you were at the Super Conference. It doesn't sound like you were based on that question, so we got to get you there next year. But let me just say this, that at the Super Conference, I actually delivered a 70-minute presentation just on this topic that you were asking me about. You see, my belief that the best media for just about any business to be using is the newsletter media. That's right, a newsletter, a printed newsletter that goes out every month to your previous customers, clients, patients, and prospects. Because I believe that a newsletter actually works the best in order to create people to have a sense of belonging to you, and in addition to that, as long-term longevity with doing business for you. Here's a couple of things about it that I love about newsletters. First of all, it's a forum to change people from customers to belonging to a community. Because now when I get your newsletter, I don't feel like a customer anymore. I feel like I belong to whatever business you're in. I don't care what the business is in. Newsletters are also perceived as a publication, which is really important, not as advertising. So it's great that when they get something from you, they don't think it's advertising, because most people, when they're going through their mail every day, they automatically look at the stuff that they say it's direct mail, direct marketing, direct advertising, and they don't even pay attention to it. But newsletters, this is now like a publication, and again, it doesn't have the same perception. It's a great media to build trust, because again, because of the fact that it is this publication, you now have expert status, and you can also build relationship with people through there. And one of my favorite ways to build relationship with newsletters is to let people get to know you, the entrepreneur, really well. So you actually talk about yourself a lot, so people feel as though that they're living their lives with you. Certainly, and I alluded to it before, it's a great credibility piece. Newsletters are perceived as a publication, as I said, which now makes you the expert. It's also a fabulous forum for demonstration. What do I mean by demonstration? Well, if you look at infomercials on television, the most successful ones are actually showing people demonstrating using the products or services that you are giving them. Well, newsletters, you can do the same thing. You can actually you can demonstrate customers using your products or services. You can demonstrate your staff, how they're actually interacting with your customers. So it's a great place to demonstrate. You can also highlight a lot of your customers in newsletters, which is something that I also love. And one of the best things you can do, which is the thing I love the most about newsletters, is a great place to show referrals, which goes back to demonstration. So every month in your newsletter, you should be thanking people for referring you new customers, clients, or patients. Therefore, when other people see that, they'll say to themselves, gee, I should be referring also. It's a great place for that. And also people that have newsletters, normally they will buy more from you. They'll pass them along to other people. So now if they get good newsletters, they'll show them to other people, which is a great way for new customer acquisition. They have a longer shelf life than other media because people save them. And here's the last thing. You're going to be hearing this from Bill Glazer, Glazer Kennedy. They also help you to build your brand. So while I don't ever believe that you should be spending money on brand building, but your media not only will get you business, customers, clients, patients to buy more or new ones, as a byproduct, they are a great tool to help you build your brand. So there's all the great reasons why I love newsletters and why I believe that they are actually the best media that's out there. So Tim, sorry about the long answer, but I had a lot to say about it. And thank you for sending us your question. We're going to send you this week's Beat the Clock web deal as a thank you. So let's see what it is.
Hi, I'm Jessica, and I'm going to be telling you all about this week's Beat the Clock web deal. Brand new from the Glazer Kennedy Resource Center. If you're serious about building a large and responsive list that will support you in grand style for the rest of your life, and about learning the best strategies to build your lists, rounding up ideal prospects, and commanding and holding their interests, then you need to invest in herd building formulas. Included in this profit-producing resource, you'll find the 7 factors that control the relationship value, how not to wind up with a diseased herd, inferior herd, or a low-value herd, how Dan has built long-lasting connection and relationship with his list while others struggle to do the same, and so much more. Beat the clock and invest in herd-building formulas for 50% off. And if you're a GKIC Gold member or above, we'll throw in free shipping. But this one-time only offer ends Monday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. Check the banner for more details.
We'll get that right out to you soon, Tim. And all right, thanks, Tim, and thanks, Bill, and thank you for everybody for tuning into this week's episode of No BS Live TV. And that's it for this week. Before you go, make sure you check out the sidebar for today's free gift for watching. I'm Mara Glazer, and this is No BS Live TV.